Hey folks, Dave Ferris here with Knack is doing another video. It's Christmas Eve and I'm actually cranking out one of these. But let's get into it. My topic today. 3 tricks that I use all the time. I mean, daily, on every app that I'm building. I'm constantly doing this stuff for a number of reasons. I'm going to tell you, all these I'd probably mentioned in previous videos, but I want to put some of them in one place. One trick is what I call update. You update a record because you've made either an equation or a text formula drawing in from other objects, or even concatenating stuff within your own record. When you first do that, sometimes it doesn't populate. It's just sitting there blank. And you may need it to continue working on something else. There's a number of reasons, or you just want to make sure it's right. And Knack's a lot better at this than they used to be. But sometimes it doesn't populate. I'm going to show you a trick to force it to populate. Another one is a method I use for controlling delete. Delete's a whole big topic. There's a lot of different approaches to put control on delete. I'm going to show you what I do most of the time. And drawing in a parent field natively, meaning into a child record so it's there itself, it's not drawn. You may need this for, again, some control stuff. You may need it for doing emails, because emails only lets you access the fields that are within the record you're looking at, or the object you're looking at. So let me jump into these, and this won't be too long. Thank you. Okay, folks, let's do this. 3 tricks. The first one is this thing I call update, to get equations or text formulas to populate. Let's just try this one. Invoice. An invoice has a company it's being that's on the invoice. And let's say you want the address of that company. Well, in your views you can grab it, but sometimes you're going to want, if you're doing an email especially, or some other things, you're going to want it to sit there as an actual field in your table. But let's just do one. Here, I'm going to do this. This is test company address. Let's just go find it. Address. Company payee address. Let's just put this here. Now, when you first do it, I just made it. I'm going to go all the way over. Let me get out of here. See, it's blank. And you want it. Not sure if you did right. You picked the wrong field. But this thing I'm going to do right now is going to help along. Let's do update. Do it on all records. And I just always have this field called update, solely for this use case. And it's just a text form or a text field. I can put anything I want into it. And when it runs, what it's going to do is go through all the records and update it. And when it does that update it sort of forces that thing to populate, the text formula in this case. So let's do that. And again, that's a lot better at this than it used to be. Okay, so now it ran. Now let's go look. Now it forced it. Now it has these. So I do that all the time. And it works out quite well. Okay, let's do the second one here. Hide delete as a control method. Here's the way I do it. Here's a customer homepage, and it lists a bunch of invoices they've submitted. And when in practice, when you're doing this, you may create the wrong invoice and want to get rid of it. It might be a duplicate. So you want to give them the ability to delete, but you don't want to delete the wrong stuff and make it too easy. And here's how I do this. This delete button here, I put a rule on it. Let's get to it. Display rule. And this is saying, hey, if the total of the invoice is higher than 0, hide delete. That means there are, in the detail pages of this invoice, there's line items that have been added. And as chances are, you don't want to delete that one by mistake. And if you do, you got to make it fairly intentional for the user. So if it was, in fact, something they duplicated, they're first going to have to go to the details of that invoice, delete the line items, and then come back And since there's no line item, it's not going to have a sum. And if it'd be able to delete this. So again, it's an intentional method. Okay, the third one is drawing in parent field to a child table and have it reside natively in the child one. One use case for this is emails. Emails only let you use the native fields. It doesn't let you grab connected stuff. So if you need something that is in a parent record, you're going to have to put it there, and this is what you do. But let's go look at what I'm talking about today. This is this rep home. We're going to go to the details. This is another control thing too, by the way, but all kinds of use cases. Now we have an invoice, and it has a status, and it has another field that is driven off the statuses by conditions that says, hey, can the email or can the rep edit this or not? That resides in the status in that field with the parent record, the invoice. It doesn't sit there in the child records, which are expense line items. But right now they have the ability, if they're still working on it, they haven't submitted it, to edit this. But once it's submitted, and surely once it's paid, you don't want them going back and changing stuff. So you want to put a control on that. We go to edit, and, well, I'll do it over here. I'll use delete again. So this same field, allow, I call it drawn in, allow to edit, drawn in meaning it's from the parent record, it's sitting there. And if it's no, it's going to hide this value, because once it's submitted, you don't want them to delete the invoice or the line item. And the same with edit too, same thing. You can either hide this ability to edit based on that drawn in value from the parent, or a note can pop up. You can put a page rule on this, and a page rule you can do related fields, but this is, you could say, hey, this has been submitted, you can't edit. So it hides the view, then you have it show a message. So those things I use, I'm telling you, all the time. I thought I'd put them together here for you, and Merry Christmas. Thank you.